In the dead of night, a blaring siren cuts through the eerie silence. Not a police siren nor a fire truck, but an ambulance. Beneath the cloak of darkness, a tale unfolds, one that's as chilling as it is mystifying. This is the story of the Black Ambulance, a phantom vehicle that appears only when the moon is high and the streets are deserted. Our narrative begins with a man named John, an ordinary fellow leading an ordinary life, until one fateful night. Walking home from his late-night shift, John witnessed something that would forever alter his perception of reality. He saw it, the Black Ambulance, a daunting, ominous vehicle, its shadowy form looming in the distance. Unlike the usual ambulances that came in shades of white, adorned with a red cross and blue flashing lights, this one was different. It was completely black, as if it was designed to blend in with the night, to stay hidden, to remain a mystery. Its siren was not the reassuring, familiar sound of help on the way, but a chilling, haunting wail that echoed in the silent streets, sending shivers down John's spine. And what was even more unsettling was the crew. Despite the countless times he had seen the Black Ambulance speed by, he could never make out the figures inside. They were always concealed, faceless entities that added to the enigma of the Black Ambulance. This wasn't a one-time encounter for John. Night after night, he would see the Black Ambulance, its spectral presence becoming a constant in his otherwise mundane life. But who were they? Were they even human? And most importantly, what was their purpose? Each encounter left John with more questions than answers. The Black Ambulance, the faceless crew, their chilling presence, all of it was a puzzle, a riddle that he was desperate to solve. John was left with a chilling question: who are they and what do they want? This was just the beginning of John's chilling encounter with the Black Ambulance, a mystery that was far from being unraveled. As days turned into weeks, John began noticing a terrifying pattern. A chill ran down his spine as the realization crept upon him. The Black Ambulance, an ominous specter on wheels, had been making appearances in his town. But it wasn't the ambulance itself that was causing unease. It was the eerie pattern that followed its visit. John, a man of logic, found himself entangled in a web of mystery and fear. Every time the Black Ambulance would appear, someone from the town would vanish. It was as if the vehicle was a harbinger of disappearance, its siren a death knell not of physical demise, but of unexplained absence. The ambulance would arrive, its lights piercing the night, and a person would climb in, never to be seen again. It was always the same. A knock on the door, a brief exchange, and then the person would step into the Black Ambulance, their face a mask of calm, almost as if they were expecting it. But it didn't stop there. The following day, it was as if the person had never existed. Their home stood empty, their belongings left behind, their lives erased, as if wiped clean by some cosmic eraser. No one seemed to remember them. No one except John. He tried to warn the others, to tell them of the eerie pattern he'd noticed. He'd stand in the town square, his voice echoing against the stone walls of the buildings, his words falling on deaf ears. They called him crazy, a madman obsessed with an ambulance. But John knew. He knew the truth. He had seen it with his own eyes, had felt the chill of the Black Ambulance's presence. He was alone in his suspicions, a solitary sentinel standing guard against a threat only he could see. But the Black Ambulance was always one step ahead, leaving no trace behind. It moved like a shadow, swift and silent, its actions as puzzling as they were terrifying. A sinister enigma on wheels, the Black Ambulance and its vanishing patients remained a mystery, leaving John to unravel the chilling truth. One night, under the cloak of darkness, John decided to confront the Black Ambulance. The hour was late, the moon high and full, casting long shadows across the quiet town. John, armed with nothing but his courage and a burning curiosity, ventured into the night. He had been tracking the Black Ambulance for weeks now, its eerie siren echoing through the deserted streets like a specter's lament. Tonight, he was resolute to face it. The air was heavy with anticipation, the silence punctuated only by the distant hoot of an owl. Suddenly, the haunting wail of the ambulance siren cut through the stillness. Its chilling sound sent shivers down John's spine, but he was steadfast. His heart pounded in his chest like a war drum, matching the rhythm of his steps as he followed the ominous sound. As the Black Ambulance emerged from the fog, John stepped forward, his figure bathed in the spectral glow of its headlights. He could feel the cold grip of fear clutching at his heart, but he pushed it away. Tonight he was not a victim, but a hunter. He pursued the black ambulance, his breath quickening with the thrill of the chase. But just as he was about to catch up, the vehicle vanished into the veil of the night, its siren fading into a ghostly whisper. John was left alone in the chilling silence, the taste of adrenaline still fresh in his mouth. Despite the vanishing act, John's spirit was not dampened. If anything, the encounter only made him more determined. He knew he was onto something bigger and darker than he had initially imagined. The black ambulance was not just a legend, it was real, and John was going to uncover its secrets no matter what it took. And so, John was left with more questions than answers. His quest was far from over. The black ambulance had slipped through his fingers this time, but John knew he would be ready for the next confrontation. After all, the night was still young, and the mystery of the black ambulance was waiting to be unraveled. In his quest for the truth, John stumbled upon a shocking revelation. The black ambulance, a symbol of rescue and solace, had taken on a much more sinister role. The truth was as chilling as it was unbelievable. The black ambulance was no ordinary vehicle. It was a secret government experiment gone awry, now a spectral entity that roamed the streets, indiscriminately abducting the living. This was no mundane government project. It was a venture into the uncharted territories of science and the supernatural. The aim was to create an emergency vehicle that could reach any location instantly, saving countless lives. But as with any experiment that toys with the boundary of reality, things took a catastrophic turn. Instead of becoming a beacon of life, the black ambulance morphed into a shadowy figure of dread. The science that was meant to save lives began stealing them. The vehicle, once filled with the promise of help, now carried an insatiable hunger for souls. Its siren became a death knell, its flashing lights a grim spectacle of the macabre. The abducted victims were never seen again. They vanished without a trace, leaving behind only echoes of their existence. The black ambulance was relentless, its ghostly presence a constant threat. No one was safe. It could strike anytime, anywhere, turning a quiet street into a chilling scene of fear and despair. The government, realizing their grave mistake, tried to terminate the project, but it was too late. The black ambulance had become a self-sustaining entity, beyond human control. Its existence was a stark reminder of the perils of meddling with the unknown. Despite the grim reality, John found a glimmer of hope. His discovery, though horrifying, was a step towards understanding the black ambulance. It was a step towards finding a solution, a way to stop the spectral vehicle's reign of terror. The black ambulance, once a symbol of help and hope, had turned into a harbinger of doom. But there was still hope. The truth was out there, waiting to be unraveled, waiting to turn the tide against the spectral menace. Armed with the truth, John made a daring plan to stop the black ambulance once and for all. Fueled by a toxic mix of fear and determination, he set his course, his heart pounding in his chest like a war drum. This was not just a fight for his life, but for all those who had mysteriously vanished, their stories swallowed by the ominous roar of the black ambulance. John was no hero. He was an everyday man, thrust into the abyss of the unknown. But in this crucial moment, he became a beacon of resolve, a symbol of defiance against the faceless terror. He knew that the night was a treacherous maze, and the black ambulance its menacing minotaur. His plan was simple, yet fraught with danger. He would lure the ambulance into a trap, using himself as the bait. The risk was immense, but so was his resolve. He felt the weight of the lives lost and those yet in peril, pushing him forward. Each heartbeat, each breath was a silent pledge, an oath to bring an end to the cycle of fear. As he ventured into the darkness, the city held its breath. Fear was replaced by a strange calm, a silent prayer whispered through the desolate streets. The stage was set, the final stand was underway. Only time would tell if John succeeded in his mission. And so ends the chilling tale of the black ambulance. We've traversed through the darkness, felt our hearts race, and confronted the unknown. The mystery of the black ambulance lingers, leaving us to ponder the shadows and echoes in our own world. No matter where we are, mysteries like these continue to intrigue and terrify us. Thanks for joining us on this chilling journey. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video with your friends. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the mysteries that surround us.